What's going on, guys? We are back here. Oh, dear Lord. I forgot about this part. One last part. Alright. There we go. Let's have everything chill out. Alright. What's going on, guys? We are back here with another episode of Down the Rabbit Hole. I know I'm running a little bit late today. I was working on a different project, and then I looked up and I was like, oh my goodness, it's 8:12 already. And so here we are. It's 8. What time is it? Hold on. Excuse me. Can't see. Blind. It is 8:21 right now here in Seattle. We are broadcasting live. Hi, Kylie. And we're just really going to talk about a few things tonight. I'm not really going to get into any full work. I'm actually kind of trying to take a break. And just coming up on other bigger projects. Starting anything right now will just drive me crazy while I'm out and about. So I'm just planning and doing some prep. But I have a couple things to talk about. Number one, we should probably talk about the future of Down the Rabbit Hole. So I believe Down the Rabbit Hole is going to still stay consistently here. I think I'm going to paint, but I don't know if I'm going to be, I don't know how I'm going to manage that one. But because Kylie is the only one who ever watches, and we could probably talk about it since most of the time when I do talk to chat, it's just to Kylie in my chat. So, and that's my mom. So she's always talking to me and chatting about things and trying to give me input, which is great. It's not helpful, but I think it's not technically for, I don't think it's helpful for the stream. So my plan is to change over to doing another episode that is just with Kylie, but actually doing a live episode. So I still haven't talked to her about this. So she'll know now, just because I haven't had any time. But I think what I'm going to change into is an hour of audio call with me and Mom going over different travel footage, because I have tons and tons of travel footage from all over the place, from Japan to I got footage from Canada that no one's ever seen. I have footage from all over the place where I really need to take it, dissect it, and tell a story about it. So I'm thinking a good format for that would be telling stories with Mom and kind of running an episode that's just really just chatting. The reason why I haven't done this for a while is, number one is it's a lot of coordination, and originally Kylie wasn't watching so much, so Mom wasn't watching so much. So now, and that's why it's always been weird to call her Kylie on stream, and you know, the handle really went very far. My Mom used her real name, so it's just a little bit awkward rolling with that. So what we'll do is we're going to try to reschedule the streams, break it down into, I think my plan is to do it once or twice a week, depending on what it looks like when I get back. Now, there's a lot of things that need to go into place, like Hot Wheels videos need to start being launched when I come back, which means all editing and all voice needs to be done for those. That'll be good. Most of the UFO videos will be pushed out. I think I'm trying to get all those done before I leave. So the art channel will start getting loaded with art videos, which will help drive some stuff there, and then so on and so forth. So what's going to happen is there'll be a new show on this channel that's just dedicated to looking at footage from around the world and all sorts of stories, from stories that I have from when I was younger. So I'm just going to go through and kind of cherry pick a few. My idea is to cherry pick a set of clips that would show a good version of like my trips. Like, for instance, my trip to Hawaii. kind of go through footage and show different places of like where we were. And so there's a few things that I got to figure out and do some prep work first so I can tell a better story, and kind of map out a few things. So there's a little prep work that has to go into it. So the next week or so, while I'm prepping to do the mural and head off to Alaska, I'm going to be just prepping everything to launch when I come back on the 7th of June. Like everything's going to go into let's get it done mode. Yeah, I just think it'll be a better avenue for us to work on. Plus, I really do need the commentary. I really need the I think telling the story to you would be a better idea. Other than like me looking up from our project I'm feverishly working on to just seeing constructive criticism, but just constant constructive criticism. And I don't know. It's welcome, but it's a lot to be doing while you're also managing a stream, trying to create an idea on the fly, and like all sorts of other things. So it's slightly discouraging. Plus, I don't want to think people, like everyone who's chatting with me, that I'm like upset with my chat or like yelling at chat like, no, I'm not going to do that, or like not taking ideas. It's just, chat is my mom, so that's pretty I'm just like, okay, thanks mom, and I can't say it, so now we're just gonna come clean with that, so I don't have to really worry about that much anymore, because it does affect the way I interact, because chat isn't just a bunch of guys just running their mouth on stream. It's actually someone I know and I talk to quite a bit, so not only do I get advice when I talk on stream, I get advice every time I call. So it's like I want to make it more functional time. I feel like I'm wasting an hour just drawing, and in reality to be criticized. And I don't know if I'm good enough at drawing to be criticized. I mean, I guess I'm just not good enough at it to be confident to be criticized about it, if that makes sense. Like, it's just a lot to handle on stage, I guess, because I consider being on stream, as anyone can watch this, and people will watch this tomorrow and next week and the week after. I just consider it being on stage, and I don't think I'm the comedian to deal with hecklers, and it makes me feel like I'm being personally attacked, which is terrible to be on stream. But I mean, it's my mom. She's personally attacking me. So, that being said, I'm shifting some ideas around so that, like, the criticism is warranted. Like, I can always take a picture of a painting that I've been working on and go, hey, Mom, what do you think about this? And then I'm really asking, like, okay, what do you think? Is the shading off? Is something wrong? But I think as I'm trying to do it, and as I don't have the time to like actually do it myself, or like the chat is like, oh, you should, and I'm working on my way that way, it just makes me sound like I'm upset. So I'm trying to avoid that. And like I said, that's fine. Answer away. But like it's hard to read chat, talk. Like I said, it's just a lot to manage, and it's not valuable to me. Like, it's not super valuable if the hedgehog's face was white, And like, it's hard enough for me to come up here and do 3 drawings in an hour, do commentary after 11-hour workday. We're just trying to get things done. And of course, I do like the commentary. Another reason why I haven't cut this is because since she's the only one who chats, like, the chat would be dead. So typing is fine, right? Like, that's what I want. I want comments. I want to be interacting, but I want to be interacting in a more positive direction. Like, here, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, right? Look at me draw, look at me draw. and not necessarily like how good do I draw, but I think it's not a platform that I like I said, I'm not comfortable enough as an artist to be criticized, not criticized, but have that much my it's like micromanagement. Color the face white, do the hair this way, shade this way, there needs to be black under there. Yes, of course, when you're looking at it from an outside perspective and in the moment you can see all those things, but when you're looking at it from this direction underneath all these lights with glare, you're just trying to do the best you can in the conditions that you're doing them in. So like I said, to turn the chat into more of a positive, to turn all this into more of a positive, like I'm getting feedback that I want, I may as well just tell you stories about places I've been, because then it's me telling you a story. Just like me drawing a picture should just be me drawing a picture. And some of the times I ask questions because I do sit here alone and I am trying to talk and trying to find things to talk about, unless I ramble about, like, let's talk about school shootings in Seattle, right? Like, 5 days ago someone was sentenced again. There was a shooting at Garfield High School. Kid was shot trying to break up a fight, shot in the chest, and died out front. So I can talk about current events, but it's hard for me to talk about, like, okay, what does a hedgehog look like? And I'm asking myself rhetorical questions, because when you do design art and you don't talk to yourself, your brain goes, I wonder what color a hedgehog is. And then my brain looks it up, right? And then I go on to the next part. But because there's no, like, I know what's happening. And art is this thing that has to be molded, right? Like, you get a canvas, it's blank. You take that canvas, you put your base color down, right? Then you put the next coat, then you put the next coat, then you put the next coat. Everything goes down, right? And it's not going to be perfect the first time. And if you get it done in an hour, you are a god in the art community, right? You did a whole painting in an hour. That's even a whole drawing in an hour, colored and finished, with computers, without computers, from idea to concept, is a lot to do in an hour, right? And so we sit down and we do that in an hour. Learn how to draw a porcupine, learn how to draw, what else have we learned how to draw? I got a fennec fox, I got hummingbirds, I got narwhals everywhere, I got kangaroos to tigers to pandas. So in the idea of, like, what has happened within the last, 6 months of this, of Down the Rabbit Hole, I've made a lot of stuff, but I don't know if that's the most interesting, right? Like, I'm also trying to bring us better content. Now, when we get down to this and we do the commentary with Mom, we could do it live. We don't have to do it on stream. It doesn't really matter. The issue is it's easiest to do here. This is a good platform where she can watch things, and she's not the most tech savvy. The other issue is I don't know how this is all going to work, because she watches the same thing as her phone's on. So I don't even know if I can pull this off. So there's a lot of problems, but I think for the art show, I'm really either going to move into something that I'm, like, at least somewhat confident in. I throw myself into the dirt, and that's kind of the idea behind Down the Rabbit Hole, is, like, kind of challenge myself to the hardest thing possible. And then when you're up against that, you just kind of, I don't know, I just don't think it's the most positive way to spend my time. We're not doing anything for an hour. I'm just kind of wasting everyone's time for an hour, which is just putting out terrible content. And that's not really what I want to do. I can sit here for an hour every day of the week for the next 10 years and not get anything done. So this will give me a way to get a bunch of things done, push forward on my editing that I need to get done anyways that I don't have time for. Give my mom something to look at, tell her the stories that she wants to hear. That way there can be commentary of, like, hey, that looks cool, or the commentary is more of a comment than it is advice, and I think that will make everything work a little bit smoother. Like even now, I'm trying to have a conversation with my mom over chat, which is very slow, and then just waiting for the next response to be like, "Oh, but I was just trying." I know you're being helpful. I don't say you're not, but I think it would be more interesting for you too, other than critiquing my art as I do it. And I think that's the hard part with what's happening here. I do want it to be challenging, but at this point, it's just me and mom, so there's no, like I can call my mom after an hour worth of artwork to show her something I'm proud of, then have her tear it apart while I'm doing it, or like even pose a question. But a lot of the times I'm really just talking to myself because that's the only person I have to talk to. That's kind of my life. I'm kind of so used to talking to myself. I spend most of my day talking to myself at school with the nonverbal students, and then I come home and I talk to a camera all for hours on the chat that lags. So I don't know. I think it'll just make it more functional for me to do this channel and want to keep doing it. I still like the projects. Down the Rabbit Hole still needs to be rebuilt into what it should be, which is an hour-long episode of broken down segments. And like I said, I want to talk about other things. Like art is great, but who cares about a hedgehog pineapple astronaut? Like, it's just another piece of trash. Like that, in reality, that's all it is. I have so much artwork. It's everywhere. Everywhere I could show you. It's crazy. So that's also another reason why I think I'm just going to it's another reason why I think I'm just going to revamp this show, because this show should be broken into different segments with like, okay, we're gonna do this segment and then we're gonna do this segment and then be done. And that's also another issue. Is live really the platform for me? Gaming, sure. Game live, because at any moment I could catch a clip, even though I don't even have time to run those clips. I have a crazy clip of a game that I played like a couple days ago on Warzone where I literally, it's the most intense game ever because I'm in and out of the war zone trying to pick up teammates, and it'd be a great video to clip. Probably would give me some cred. But I don't have time. Like I said, I spent most of the day, I spent from 7 o'clock today till 6:30 at school. I got home at 7 o'clock. I had an hour to prep, which, like I said, I got busy doing something else. So, and that something else was washing dishes and trying to take care of life. And then we're here at 8 o'clock, and I'll be back to start over again tomorrow. So, I just think it'll be a better platform. And that way you guys kind of know what's going on. It's like, I'm not scaring away people to chat during the art streams. And I'm not saying that the advice isn't warranted. I just think, like, if we switch roles and I asked you to draw something for me and I stared at it for an hour while you were drawing it, even though you were like talking to yourself, well, should I put a flower here or a flower here, right? Or should I paint this birdhouse with grass, or, and so, and like I said, we get the latency, and then you're like, oh, that looks great, and then you're like, oh no, you've gone too far. So there's all sorts of like room for frustration in something that's already can be frustrating. So like I said, we're just gonna go through and clean up the streams, get everything running so it's running better. I have a lot on my plate. I'm managing like 2 or 3 different YouTube, no, 4, 5, 6 different YouTube channels now, which is getting to be a lot. And there's also another question we're gonna have to ask ourselves. I may push back and run all the streams through this Twitch account and run all the restreams and all the saved footage to YouTube videos. And what I mean by that is that everything will be on this central stream. All the gaming, the memories with mom, or whatever I decide to call it. I haven't farmed a name. I also started a new comic that a cartoon I want to write. So there's never the process of not starting things. Like the other day I was like, I was sitting here, and I've had a cold all weekend, which has also been quite disconcerting, but I haven't been able to get work done. But the plan, or what was I going to say? Cold. Lost track of thought. Oh, a million words. Yeah, so that's kind of the plan. Also, I'm bringing all the channels back together. At least the Twitch part of them. And then I think that's the plan. Just because that helps bring viewers to one central location. And on Twitch, it's kind of more important that that you have amount of followers. And since I already have 100 here, I think I might keep pushing on this channel just until this gets big enough to kind of branch out on all the other channels. And I'm glad they're all there and open and running. Like, what makes me happy is that I do know that all the channels can be working. From Down the Rabbit Hole to the Unboxing King, back to Money Makes Monsters and UFO, all of those can be split up into later when all the projects start happening. And Money Makes Monsters can really kind of facilitate how that's going to work out. So that's the other big plan, is all the streams, the live streams, will be coming back to Twitch on Money Makes Monsters. So you'll have to sort them out if you want to be subscribed to this channel. But as for everything else, it'll all be saved and formatted onto YouTube. And I'll kind of give you an idea of what that looks like. Let's see, let's jump on to the desktop. Here we have our porcupine with his white face. He's been staring at me for the last 3 days. Look, a little white face, which I didn't paint white, but you see, it bothers me for days that I should have made his face white, because that's the last thing that was cemented into stream forever, was me being upset about a white face. And you can go rewatch the clip as many times as you want. And so that's kind of what I want to move forward with, is actually better entertaining, better spokesperson, better at what I'm actually trying to do, and not letting, not sounding upset. Because when you're streaming, you probably shouldn't sound upset unless you want to be Dr. Disrespect. And we can watch a bunch of people who really make a lot of what they do out of the character they made on Twitch. And I feel like this character is just genuinely me. This is behind the scenes of everything that I do, and like, I put my heart into all the things that happen here. This is where all my time goes. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. The other day I was here feeling sick, and I felt lonely, and it's been a long time since I felt lonely. I mean, I haven't been on a date in, I don't know, it's been like 8 years. I think the last person that gave me a hug was my brother, and that was, when was the last time I saw him? That was when I bought my car, so that would have had to been in somewhere in November, October, somewhere in there. November? I don't even know. No, it had to have been after that, January. It must have been in January at some time. So, like, I keep to myself a lot. But I traded most of my relationships in for projects, and that's really what I did. I built an entire frame around my life full of projects. And so I'm always busy, and I always have something to do. And that keeps me from being lonely, right? Because projects don't leave. Projects stay forever. They're always here until you sell them. But people do. So you do what you can. So, lots going on here. the feedback is welcomed. I just want it to be more positive, and I feel like, you know, I don't want you to call me on Saturday and go, hey, by the way, you know that painting that you did of this is what you should have done with it, or, you know. And I know it's just being helpful, but then our whole life turns into this like intertwined version of like you really being in depth with all my projects, from every project to, you know, even the chicken coop is like, okay, you sent me some information, great, I'm going to take that into heart. Okay, good, I see what it looks like. It's going to be completely different when I hit the ground and it's raining outside for the first 2 days that I'm there, and I'm going to have to learn how to paint in that. Or I get there and I'm like, oh, the brown's not going to work, or the color sets. There's going to be all sorts of things that I'm going to run into that I anticipate just doing it physically is going to be a problem. You know, and this whole week I've been not feeling well, so I'm just trying to get better so that that trip is going to be a success, all while I'm trying to rebuild the platforms. It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Even, you know, fixing the sound on this was a lot of work. I've pretty much stripped all the channels, so like I don't have most of everything's pretty much bare bones. I still need to pull a lot of things. Need to reset up some restream chats, and like this I haven't even touched the financial, like trying to make money off any of these things like donation buttons or linking up accounts, which I can also do. I think I have an account that I can link to each one. But they just require like so much work, and each individual account seems to be its own monster of sorts. And I you know, if you've run a YouTube channel or a Twitch channel or anything else, like you kind of know what's going on. Let's just take a dive into, which one should we look at? I don't know. We could look at any of them. Can we look at this one? We can't look at that one yet. We can look at anyone but that one. Let's just take a jump into, here we go. Window capture. Boom. Okay, so like this is just my Google for the Unboxing King. You can see he's got his little logo in here, so you gotta put all these in, make sure that you've updated all your profiles for Google. Then you gotta jump in YouTube. We can show you what YouTube's been doing. Got your logo again, which was hand drawn, and this is actually an animated puppet, which is crazy. So not only is it my logo, it's my animated puppet that runs and talks. And then that would run into building shorts for this channel. Each one, you know, short videos, short format videos that have to be built at 16:9 ratio. And I mean, there are people that run entire departments that all they do is make shorts, right? Like that's their entire job, is to make shorts. And then here's my live videos, which this will be good for pushing out live videos of Hot Wheels, making Hot Wheels, doing stuff like that. I also think this would be a good segment. Now, when I actually get down into this and I look at it, I'm going to realize that I don't have enough time in the day to do what I actually want to do. Let's be realistic. If we can look at just saying, let's go home. And that's why a lot of things have been going out live, because it's easy to produce terrible content live. It takes me no work to put this online for you, right? Like all it takes me is to be kind of brave and like get out there and talk about some stuff. But in reality, this all goes live. It's all just like me being on live chat or Zoom. And I'm pretty used to being on Zoom from COVID, right? We were on Zoom with all our students all the time. And not only our students sitting with their parents, because of the type of work that I do, since I do work with the special needs students. We were under some scrutiny, so we had to look good there. We had to teach online, which is harder. Lots of instructions given. And instructions given to parents and advice, and so that's where all the streaming came from. And then you could look at other things. Like this is just one channel, right? This is an empty channel that I just built. Let's go to another one. I got them all over the place. Let's go to this one. And this one doesn't get managed very often, but it's here too. This is Creative Imagination. This is one of my first YouTube channels, right? How many videos do I have? 41 on this one. I got 3-word challenges on the... What's going on? Why am I not... Switch over. There we go. So here's Creative Imagination. There's a picture of me long ago. That's actually taken in the garage of my old apartment when I used to live in Carlsbad, near the beach. This was right near the railroad tracks when I lived with my roommate Mike for a bit, long time ago. So this channel has 41 videos, and these are all art videos. These are all art videos built for the sole purpose of teaching over Zoom. Each one of these were made to be easy projects. Chalk rainbow, beaded bracelet, and I made kits for all the students and sent them home with them. Or I made art videos, and then I had help making kits. But there's some really cool art videos up here.
For today's lesson, we are going to be making penguin bookmarks.
Penguin bookmarks.
So, let's get started. Materials you will need are a pair of scissors, a number 2 pencil,
narrative. Now this was
a piece of chalk,
real early in my narrative game, and like I said,
and an orange marker. You will also need
I actually filmed these all live
construction paper
too, and
a white sheet of
if I messed up on the narrative, I would
a sheet of
redo
construction
the
paper
scissors,
of the color
pencil,
of your choice,
chalk, glue stick,
and
orange
a piece
marker.
of cardstock. I cut this out of an old folder, but you can use a cereal box lid or a 12-pack can box.
So, and these are all projects
For the first
that I put
step,
out.
you
These
will
are
need
free
your
for everyone to look
cardstock
at and go
your
through.
orange
If anyone's
marker.
interested in doing any
Down.
projects, I make these cool
The
bookmarks
next step is
that hang on the edge of your
and I
book.
haven't decided what hat I.
And then I made a bunch of
U-shaped.
random ones, I think. I think at the end.
So
I
let's say
show-
you're done with your homework and you get to sit down right before bed and you start reading The Lorax by Dr. Seuss. And you're
I did
reading,
a bunch of other ones.
you're reading, and you're reading.
I wish
and you
this
start
was
to get
centered.
tired.
Also,
You wanna
no
take a
editing
break.
here, really.
So
This is just
you grab your bookmark and you put him on the page where you left off.
lift up
and
his
Put
nose,
his nose over the page you just
slide
read.
it over, right?
And you can close your book for
There's
the
a
night.
cute little
It'll
bookmark.
be there waiting for you in the morning. Well, I hope you liked this lesson. Till next
I thought
time.
I made a
Bye.
bunch of different ones, like, and I actually did. I made like polar bears and all sorts of stuff. But there's bee projects, there's fish collage projects. This one's a little bit harder to do. There's my journey, hot air balloon, and writing project. So a lot of good projects for like your elementary level, elementary level students. Here's a Roll a Bug, which is a cool game that I kind of invented. There's a few games that I kind of invented, and there's a lot of, if you just went through all the things I do at school, I pretty much created all those games as well. Here, this is funny. This is just a shot at so here's my Valentine's Day card, right? I'm not bitter much, right? I made a cactus for Valentine's Day. But this is a funny Valentine's Day card because it's actually made out of a bunch of hearts to make this cactus. You need a list of your friends' names. You build this little pot, right? And then you cut out hearts.
Go around like you drew. And you come back.
I was
down.
doing one of these a week for 30 weeks. I mean, the ability for me to make one video a week,
There.
as long as I know what the plan is.
So
not
whatever
too
way
hard,
you
right?
feel is
Like,
best.
it's kind
you
of
can
like
choose.
prep
I'm
lesson
gonna do
for
a
my
little
class.
bit of both.
I can
but
sit
I need
down.
to cut
And
7
I
hearts
wish I had
because
been
I
doing
have
this when I
7
was in Thailand,
friends in my
but
class.
let's be honest. When I was in Thailand, I was young. I was younger.
Now,
I probably
the reason
was
I've
not.
had you
I'm not as focused as I am now.
get a pencil with an eraser is
I-
because if you can notice on
I'm just
the
working
sides
on
of
things a
each
lot
of these,
better,
there's still a little
trying to
bit of
get things
pencil
done.
markings. So
But it's
you
still
can
hard
easily
to
take your
not
eraser
be frustrated
and
that I
just
don't
run
get
it
anything
along
done
the
really.
edges, but you're gonna have to hold your paper tight.
So there's this one. This one doesn't get touched. It just kind of accumulates views every once in a while. Not very many. I could go to the analytics of this thing. It's probably not that good. Let's just take a look. And then you can go read about all your things. So I get spikes on this channel. There's 11 views, like 10, 11 views maybe every once in a while. 8 views the last 48 hours. The Math Mosaic hits a lot of views, yet I'm 67. And like, this is almost at 1,000 views. People don't watch very much of it, right? So you're also looking at like kind of this part is like how interesting was your video. I could have probably made all these videos in about, I don't know, 1 minute DIY videos on how to paint a silhouette of a tree, right? But I do commentary, I do the teaching part. It's basically built to be put in front of a lesson. When I was making all these things, the teacher had needed assistance planning some of her classes, and because I had already been an art teacher, I said, yeah, you know what I'll do is I'll help you make videos so you can just pretty much plug and play, and all you have to do is follow along. So they're easy enough for kids and teachers to follow along pretty much off the cuff. If you are a teacher out there or, you know, want to suggest projects to your classes, you can always take a look at any of those videos, and they're there for anyone to use, really. And I think there's even material lists. Let me jump back into them. Let's see how well I did. Some things I do a good job on, sometimes I just don't get it done. Here's the Beaded Dragonfly project for the spring. Enjoy. Materials: scissors, 3 pipe cleaners, 19 assorted colored beads, right? I bet you this is not tagged. Let's see how well I did. Add a tag. There's absolutely no tags. So I didn't finish this project, right? And this is where it becomes important, and kind of where I fail at a lot of things, as in building all these channels, is that there's a lot of background SEO writing. There's so much more than just putting a video online. If I could put a video online and everyone would watch it, that'd be great. But that video just never gets seen, and it's hard to find. Like even if I was on my own channel, right? Let's go to YouTube. Come on, let's go back to YouTube, please. Let's go all the way back to YouTube. Thank you. I don't know why it gets stuck like that. And I think I just have to either rename things, or I just don't know how to get it to, like, I can make this one. What is this? 2 minutes and 29 seconds for this. Right? I've made that. This I can make. I know how to do this color scratching things. Right? Same idea. I bet you this girl has a nice voice. Let's take a look. There's no voice. Her fingernails aren't even fully painted. Lighting here. Editing. Time lapse. 4,000 subscribers. 106,000 views. I just don't, and this is made for the typical family is a YouTube channel. I think this is made for YouTube. I'm like, what is that? It looks like a horse. kids crafts, and a lot of these things originally I kind of like, oh, that's not too hard to make. Upcycle crafts. And see, this is like, I have an upcycle project, but like, look at the, let's just take
Showing up on the first page of Google
just some of the
might
competition
not be the best for everyone.
Really, what
But
you're
for
doing
business
with
owners, it is.
you're
Take
trying
My
to
Vintages
get someone to
online
click
store.
on
It ranks for
from the
Recycle the garbage in our homes. That's a start. Even better, up the level with some upcycle art. Alright, so let's turn bottles into airplanes or robots or vases. Turn paper towel rolls into spectacle cases. We got games you can make that you can play with your friends. You'll never ever look at trash the same way again. So guess we're gonna show you how, one step at a time. And if you pay close attention, you will be just fine. Cause we're gonna show you how, one step at a time. And we're gonna do it together. Let's go DIY.
She didn't. See, that's just a song. 40,000 views for that song. And I just viewed it again. So just a lot of different things. Easy crafts for kids. This one is done from a digital format. That was the case, right? Because, like, what is it? My channel's called Creative Imagination, right? So, no space. So let's just take, for example, UFO isn't following. It's only following Restream, right? So, the only thing that... So, I should be able to... It's one word. But Creative Imagination as a channel doesn't come up. Here's one of them, but this isn't mine. This has 6,000 subscribers. 600,000? 6,000. Right? Hey, look. I feel like that's a picture that I've made. That's definitely an AI picture, right? So this has 18,000 views. Synthetic and creative imagination.
Mr. Carnegie, you have said that creative vision is the seventh principle of individual achievement. Will you analyze this principle and describe...
Let us have a nation.
Why is
There are
that
two
picture there?
infinite into the man, developed and made to serve
I
practical
don't
ends.
understand why that picture's there. Is that just the thumbnail? Yeah. Oh, that's a cool thumbnail to bounce back and forth to. So here's creative imagination, nothing, right? Oh, sorry. I'm not showing you guys what I'm supposed to be showing you. Because I hid that. Okay, never mind. Let's go back to creative imagination. There we go. Yeah, let's go back. Let's go to home. And let's just show you like the problems with YouTube. View my channel. So let's try to just take, and like I said, when I built these weren't built for everyone
For
to
today's
come
project,
watch.
we are going to be
They were built for
recreating stained
my
glass
6
windows.
students of my special needs class
The
during
materials you
COVID.
will need are
The 6, I think there might have been 12 students. 12 students that were sitting at home during COVID, and we were sending our projects, and I was sending videos home for them to be able to pause and to be able to kind of slow down the lesson. There's all sorts of things you can also do if you can do the speed remapping, which is really useful. If you're a faster learner or a slower learner, you can be like, okay, I want to watch everything at double speed. And
watercolors. I have a set of Crayola watercolors, which already comes with a paintbrush. You'll need a cup to hold your water in.
right,
You're also
you
going
get
to
twice
need
as much done
a worksheet,
at one
which I've
time.
just drawn a basic window and a little
But I'm just going to take this title, I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to head back, switch to, I need to switch to, which one do I need to switch to? Come on. I need to switch to Unboxing King. Like, even this is a lot of work. I'm like searching through little tiny title screens to find. Alright. So here's Creative Imagination. Let's try Creative Imagination with Watercolor Stained Glass, which is not a great title, right? Maybe I should write Easy Crafts for Kids and Beginners. But just like even this stream, there's like emojis in my title now. So all these little, look, they're pieced of watercolor and stained glass. Fun and easy kid project. Someone did it. They have 11 views. And this looks like a pretty nice picture. Something I would click on. Now, if that was between mine and theirs, well, I can't even find mine. So their 11 views is much better. Stained glass effect. Here's a stained glass effect. Right? Like, I don't know. Is my thumbnail not consistent enough? And another thing is that there's just a lot of content out there. There's so many options to watch. So you're really looking at a lot of different things. Maybe I need more of my face. This lady looks like she's talking. She's got some good pictures and video clips of herself that makes it look interesting, right? She's got that one of her painting in her room. She's got some of her talking in front of her paintings. And maybe I should set up some paintings behind me or redevelop the set, but I don't know. I don't know where to turn. I still can't find mine, right? So here we are, Water Stainless, Creative Imagination. Creative Imagination. I don't even know how other people are finding it. Or how it pops up on the algorithm, because I think if mine was up here, people might watch it, you know? It looks pretty legitimate, like someone made it. I just don't know how to get people to watch it. And you could add some advertising revenue into it and start paying for it. I don't... The only way I've ever been able to find it is because no one does this one. And sometimes I can pull it off if I can. Someone did it right here. 4,000 views for the Groundhog Day. And I made the same video. Right? Guess my video isn't as good. Right? So a lot of work. And I bet you watch. I'll watch this video. Let's see. Just in comparison of how this video is compared to, oh man, I'm going to get in so much trouble. They're going to clip this entire video for using other people's stuff. So 33 seconds.
These are Madagascar
really
hissing
like
cockroaches. They're found on the island of Madagascar.
So short, like, okay, yeah, I can totally watch this. And you don't need all the information that I gave when I did mine. Look at ears and these 2 eyes. And put him on a stick, shove him to the bottom of the cup, put grass around it. Yeah, right. Styrofoam, man, save the planet. Bad stuff. So that was it. You put cotton balls in there so the snow pops out. Watch. Well, look at mine. Mine's also not... I can't even find mine. Let's see. Let's see if I can find Creative Imagination. Gonna hit the right words to get it to work. Nope, here's another one. Here's another one. There's that one. That one's pretty cool. You draw it. That's cool. I like that. I like this project in general. I really want to do one where you draw a picture on one set of the folds on one side and then the other. So like when you go back and forth, it changes. Very cool effect. I like it a lot. See, and if I had some kids, I could throw them onto the thing and be like, here.
Okay, let me
hold
see.
this project.
Show Daddy your
cute little small
Groundhog
person,
Day
and do it.
project we made. There's
Show me how
a
it
little
works.
scene of the
But
sky
since I
and
don't have
the
any
grass.
small
All right, now
people of
pop,
my own,
pop.
I
Who's
can't really
inside?
Go around
Turn it
filming
around.
other people's small people, you know? That just makes you a weird old guy with a mustache. Asking kids to play with your toys, and you know, you just can't do that. Not in the real world. Still no project. So is there any way I can look for this channel? Probably not. Let's try a creative imaginations recycled robots. Maybe this will work. There it is. I found it. There I am. We're in the same hat. This one has 73 views. I think only because it's so short. But I put this video out like 5 years ago, so you would think it would have more than 73 views. But this was a recycled robot project where they actually had to like design the robot and what it looked like, and then draw a picture of it, and then color all their parts accordingly to their picture. And then as you can see, this is me manufacturing and putting them all together. But of course, the listing and all those other things, it just has to be gone in and changed, right? So like in any case, for creative imagination, I probably have, if I wanted for people to watch, oh no. If I wanted people to watch creative imagination, right? And saying that was a goal, I would need to go back in. And I have this problem when I get done with projects is like, I hit the finish line and I'm tired, right? I've built the project, I've edited the video, I've gone through and done everything, right? And by the time I get to putting the video online and posting everything, I just don't want to write 5 million words about the project I just spent a lot of time doing and really looking over stuff. So I fail at this part, and this is where most things fail for me, is like I really cannot finish anything. I can finish the project and the project's done, it's turned in for the most part, but I'm still not receiving any credit for it, like because I didn't write my name on it, but my name's on it. Then it's not interesting. So like I said, we're going to change a lot of things, move some things around. I don't know if I might be able to throw some money at this channel and see if people will want to. But like I said, very little here, right? Here's a fun watercolor project. You can make your own rules to better suit your needs. And so and that's all it says. Just gives you a materials list. So there's really nothing to search for here, and I think this is why this channel doesn't get very much traffic, and it wasn't built to get a ton of traffic. I'm happy that these are all here, but I also it breaks it down into transcript. You can, for today's project, we are going to be creating stained glass window. Wow, You see that? You guys can't see that. That's pretty cool though. Let me take my display out. There we go. If you can see over here, this breaks the transcript down into what I say like every second of the video. Boy, I do a lot of talking. There's a little bit of music. And just, wow, just be quiet. Stop talking. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, lots of words. Right? So lots of work goes into all this stuff. This is, just another side channel too, just another set of projects that I've started. Another 30 videos up and running. If you have kids, little ones, nieces, nephews, anybody running around that wants to do a cool project, there's all these projects available. Everything from like, just let's learn how to mix colors, which was what the rainbow chalk. These are all only posted 3 years ago, so not so long ago. Okay. So that being said, lots going on, lots of things changing. Hot Wheels are going to be reopening shortly here, but not till after I get back from Alaska. So everything's really on hold till I get back from Alaska. I'm going to prep all this stuff, get it all ready to launch and be ready to like build something when I come back. But I'm really going to use the time to kind of refocus, rewrite some things, sit down and figure out what direction everything's going in, and then maybe trimming off some projects. Realistically looking at the amount of time I have per day, and then figuring out, can I functionally, narrate 4 different YouTube channels at once? I don't think so. I don't think I can do that. Can I edit for 4 different YouTube channels? I don't know. It just depends on how well I streamline things and how well I set up framework. A lot of the editing process has to do with setting up framework. Like writing an outline for a paper, right? There's certain formats that work really well. I can show you. Let me just give you a quick check. I know this is a late episode because I started late today, but just more of me explaining things. And like I said, I kind of want to change a few things about how Down the Rabbit Hole works. I still think it should be down the rabbit hole where we go and explore different ideas. And that's really what I like about Down the Rabbit Hole, is that sometimes it tangents and we go off and we learn about animals, right? Like everything about Down the Rabbit Hole I really enjoy doing. But I just think there's a better way to do it. Maybe Down the Rabbit Hole needs to be done not live, but in the lifestyle format. Or maybe it needs to be done live, but it has to have more structure. I think and I felt the same way about a lot of things, and I think it's more of me being just weird about it. A lot of times, like my first couple of years of teaching, so like here's perfect story time where I would love to like just sit down and like chat with my mom. Like the first couple of years of teaching, I would go into class not feeling as prepared as I would like to, and I feel like every one of the streams that I put together, I'm not as prepared. I'm not as prepared as I wanted to, right? Like between Monday and Wednesday, I have not very many hours. Monday night, we get off stream at 9, and then Wednesday. So I think there's 48 hours in between there, if that. So all the way back to Tuesday, and then all the way, 48 hours. Which in those 48 hours, I spend, 12 of them at work. No, 16 of them at work. Because there's 2 shifts. Yeah, so 16 hours at work plus driving time. That brings me down to probably like 17 hours minus the 48. Then you add in 6 hours of sleeping each night, so that's 12, 17, 29. That leaves me 11 actual waking hours. And then you put in brushing your teeth, trying to make yourself food, anything else like that you could have. I could do the time math, and that's something that I really want to bring into like the Down the Rabbit Hole episodes. I think we've come a long way, but I don't know if we've stayed on track or stayed true to what we were going to plan on making. I can look at my whiteboard, which is like, you know, the massive whiteboard of things and schedules, right? That sits right behind me. And that has every hour scheduled from 6 o'clock in the morning until, 10 at night? And where I am and what I'm supposed to be doing. And I still just don't have enough time. So either A, need to get more efficient, B, get faster, or C, utilize that time wisely, right? So if I have an hour that I'm spending on stream, we're doing something that is productive. We're doing, it's chatting with mom about our trips, which, I've been back from Hawaii for almost a year now, and I haven't told my mom anything about that trip because I'm trying to save the story. But I'm going to forget the story before I get to tell it. So I need to get caught up on some of those things. Also, there's going to be a brand new story coming in after I get back from Alaska, and pictures to show and all sorts of other things. So the big project where I'm trying to think ahead right now and use a little bit of forethought is, how do I take a little amount of footage when I'm in Alaska, but that is very prominent, right? That makes sense to take. I could probably run through any of my hard disks and show you, I don't have a ton of Tokyo. I don't have a ton of Japan because I dropped my camera in Japan, and I don't have any of Hong Kong because Hong Kong got erased when I dropped my laptop. Like I said, I dropped my laptop, not my camera. I dropped my laptop in Japan, and it fried my computer, and that was all my footage that I had from lost memories, right? But that's okay. It just means I have to go again, but I doubt that I'm going to be skating through the center of Hong Kong anytime soon, or illegally skating through Japan, which I didn't even know at the time. You're not allowed to skate. Well, I didn't know at the time, or even now presently, that skateboarding is illegal in Japan, and or skateboarding outside is illegal in Japan, and I did a lot of skateboarding outside. Whoops. Like I said, in my crazier, I don't really care days, just trying to do what I want, but I didn't know that, so that was my bad. Not something that I super proud of, but definitely something that happened, and since I had footage of it, it would have been cool, because there's just not a lot of footage like that. I had some really cool footage of coming down a mountain in Kyoto, going weaving in and out of geishas as they were walking up the thing, just ripping down this hill. I almost died doing it, but that footage is all gone, which is a bummer because I'm never gonna go after that one again. But you can't film everything in your life, and so you just got to make a story around it. And so that's kind of the hard part, is I want to tell that story, but I have no footage to tell that story. So when I'm running footage, I can't tell that story because it's not there and I'm not talking to anyone. So I really think this would be a good platform. It'd be fun. It'd be entertaining. I think people would watch it. My mom's actually pretty funny, I think, in real life. And she's I think this would be a good platform for us to work on a project together. If we're going to be working on a project, that'd be good use of our time. So basically, I'd have to schedule that in and either add that to Money Makes Monsters on just a separate little okay, every week at on Wednesdays from 8 to 9 we're doing Memories with Mom, and then on Mondays and Fridays we're still doing art and behind the scenes of building things and kind of all the little things that go into making a channel. And I guess eventually I'll get to being on the monetary role and trying to make money and gain subscribers, but there's just a lot to everything, right? You look at Twitch, and Twitch has raids and all these subscribers and subs, and then that's a whole different, it's like a game while you're playing a game. So it's just a lot that I don't know, and I think that's also a little bit hard for me, is that I don't really know how to use all this broadcasting software. I don't know how to use mics. The cameras have to be inputted a certain way and dialed in, right? Like, there's so much that I've had to learn over the last few years of how this all works. And then to get to the point where I'm at, where I literally put in so many hours. I could tell you how many hours we put on Twitch. I think just this channel, every month I put in a little under 15 hours. So we do, depending on the month and how crazy I want to feel, I either do an episode every night or 3 nights a week. But even on the 3 nights a week, we're still pushing out 12 different episodes. That's 14 hours. It's 2 days of work added to an already busy schedule. And then if you did that for every channel that I do, and I'm telling you, my video game channel is up there, because that channel is kind of just that's my burnout time. That's the time I go sit and I don't think about anything and I go just play. I think you have to use number, pound that symbol, and say travel Japan. Don't know a lot about you. Oh, yeah, hashtag. Yeah, there's hashtags. But like I said, it's just going through the idea of putting a video together. Let's jump back into the desktop. Let's just for fun. Let's go. Let's add video, right? I can show you the process, and the hashtags are good when you're processing things and you're doing a good job with everything. But like I said, even when I made the videos, let's go to UFO, hundreds and hundreds of projects. I don't want to put a UFO thing up because I don't have anything made. Well, let's just go to, let's do something else. I'm going to, let's just make it super interesting. I'm changing, not only am I opening windows, I'm opening windows and then changing their sources. Not Restream, not Twitch, not Hedgehog, new. There we go. So here we go again. All the logos are done. All hand-drawn logos finished, right? And built. And those take what? If I said an hour logo like that, probably takes me at least 3 hours. So, you just start dissolving time and it just all starts to disappear into your day. Here's all the shorts that I've been running. No views. Oh, this one's not up yet. Or if it is up, it didn't go up. This one got 28 views. These ones have hashtags. The shorts run their own hashtags, which is nice.
Yeah, you
actually are. It helps you prompt for hashtags. Although the YouTube videos don't really help you prompt for hashtags. Let's just go into edit video real quick. Another poor display of doing very little description. So each one of these needs a description. So you're pumping out videos, you've done all the Adobe work, you've built a thumbnail, I built this, I picked a font, I dropped that font, took a snapshot of the picture, I blew that up, made that my thumbnail, right? Takes time. Then you come in, you have to try to give this a name. Now, there's one thing to make a piece of art, then you gotta title it, right? So cool, alright.
Yeah,
what is this one? Now, these are all cut formats. The basic format is the same. Time lapse in the middle. We have an interview with some conspiracy theorist or UFO sighting, which I clipped from actual interviews. Although now that I have the voice changer, I can write my own. But that's just another layer of difficulty. Well, is it harder to write your own or to search the internet, download an illegally download someone else's audio, put it on your own, turn it out so that it works? I don't know what's harder. creating content in general is hard. So that's what those look like, right? Same, functional.
Yeah, UFO.
Doing their thing. Different little intro. Another audio.
We
Running.
have
I
pretty
know I'm
bizarre
talking over
things
these, but that's so that I don't get trimmed when it does hit
Most
the
of
VOD
the
in
people
YouTube.
I know down here
don't
have
think I can
seen
handle very
something
many more
bizarre at
strikes,
one
and
time or another.
I've watched a lot of people's work. Well, I do
And
think
we
so.
don't
That's
discuss it a
half
whole
of
bunch,
learning is
but they believe.
kind of following throughout by others. Actually, I
They
don't
think there's
mind
something going on.
these
too.
pop-ups on this. They actually fit pretty well. Right. So that, and then I go to edit video, and this one has less. Right. This is the first one. Welcome to the Under. I fail. Like, I get it uploaded. I've done all the work. It's the end of the night. I don't want to write a million words about things, and that's where I need to work on things. I need to write a million words about things, saying blue, green, trees, UFO, landing, like, and then not only do you write something about it, then you gotta come down here and you gotta go here. And you can put in tags, right? You can go, okay, well, I'm gonna put, and I do have a few, right? UFO, underfunded organization, UFO, and then just a couple different ways you could spell it just in case someone would look for it. That's what this says. It helps. It says tags can be useful content in your content video is commonly misspelled. Otherwise, tags play a minimal role in helping viewers find your video, right? So this is telling me that this plays a minimal role in it, and I really have, since then, I used to put in, 500 characters every time? Like, okay, what else am I going to say about this? I'm going to name the marker that I'm using. And, like, all this needs one more step, really, to make it anywhere near profitable. I should be hopping on here and going Amazon affiliate. If I wanted to make money, I gotta start here. Right? And the affiliate program. Tell people of the products you use. And a lot of things that I buy are off of Amazon. I would say, like, I have an entire box right here, of tons of Amazon products. This box is getting fuller and fuller by the day. I cut a small hole in the back so that I can keep putting things in, because I started piling up packages, and all this stuff is pretty small. It'll be really fun to do the first Hot Wheels unboxing video, unboxing tools basically to customize Hot Wheels. And that's another giant set of projects that I don't know if I'm ready for yet, but I really want to do. You know, all those types of things. So, those are just kind of the next steps to revamping, remolding, and kind of putting this out better, right? I've kind of been doing the same thing for a while, and I haven't seen a whole lot of change. I've actually seen a lot of decline in most of my projects. Like, it was really sad to see my, like, Money Makes Sponsors was hitting almost 1,000 views per month, which was great, but I was putting out 4 videos, one every week, and then I just quit putting out videos because I'm switching to the Unboxing King, which will be where all the videos live. That transition's just, it's a lot of work to try to rebuild everything kind of in the middle of it. It's not motivating me to finish what I've already done, because I feel like if I had completed that project, it would have been done. Maybe I should just push forward in the normal fashion and just finish that project instead of changing it to the Unboxing King. I just think the Unboxing King is it's a more fun way to tell the story, more interesting. And that's where I'm trying to get, is to actually make content that people want to watch. Otherwise, there's no reason for me to make content. Other people are doing it. I'm just wasting my time trying to do it. So it's kind of where I'm at with it. I know it's not like the normal Wednesday where we kind of draw and chat. This is more of like me trying to figure out what's going to happen next. And I don't know, the next couple episodes of Down the Rabbit Hole will probably, I don't know, we'll see. We'll either be doing 3-word challenges or just some small short projects, nothing huge, nothing big, or we'll be cleaning up the rest of the UFO projects and getting those ready to launch. I'm going to get a good base of those launched. Hopefully when I'm in Alaska, I can sit down and kind of write out some stuff. Also, write out the Alaska story. I kind of want to do a little bit better about things. Usually I don't like take a whole lot of consideration into like where we are or remembering geography, but I really need to like get some of those names down. Remember to take notes. I think this time I'll bring a little notepad, take some notes, and then give myself a little bit of a skeletal structure to what I've actually taken footage of. And that's a whole different story, right? Because I got to pack cameras, I got to pack batteries, chargers. It just becomes a lot. And is it worth it? Is it worth it? Why go shoot footage and pretty much spend your whole trip carrying around cameras and footage and worrying about losing things, and when you could just go out there and enjoy it for the moment? So if I am going to spend time going out and doing things and trying to capture them to tell these stories, how can I do that in the best possible way? Yeah. Yeah, and I wouldn't think anyone would be searching for creative imagination. I could tell you, I probably built creative imagination. When did I build creative imagination? Let's look. When did I start? I don't even know if you can figure that out. Let's see how long ago this was started though, because this was before I went to Thailand. So this picture is before I went to Thailand. Analytics. Let's look at content. Let's just see. Let's go back to my channel. See, sometimes it's you're 83 views. I thought I got 83 viewers. I was like, what? No, I don't want to be here. This is my problem with YouTube. Just let me see how many videos I have. The first video I put out, let's see, these are all put out in 2021. And this was just the channel that I had at the time. So I said, hey, let me just post them up here. Because I mean, this also has like, what's this video? Here's some old school stuff no one's seen. Oops, sorry, you guys can't see it. You're looking at the wrong one. Why? Because I haven't switched channels. Video details. Here it is. This is a video called You. It's one of my very first stop motion animation films. 7 seconds of footage. We spent months building this set. We bought little pieces. There's a little tiny squid and a piece of resin there. That's a hammer. This is built out of an old camera we stripped and took apart. His hand's a tweezer. There's a little quill, ink quill, some books I made. This is a crazy, crazy project. I made this with a good friend of mine a while back. Why is it giving me this symbol? It's not a... Oh, okay, I see what's going on. That's fine. I'm not worried about it. I'm actually okay if it's not pulling audio. So that's not my very first video, but I'm just going to try to... So December 30th, 2013 would have been the first video, which that was 10 years ago. So when I built Creative Imagination, it was really just to do things like this. Oh, this is old. Hold on, I want to hear the audio from this because... This is gonna get clipped for sure. I was trying to hide my picture so we can actually watch this. This is when Let's Get Weird was still around, so that's showing you how old this works out. So like, right? So right behind all those kids projects, there's like, these aren't you can't see any of these, right? Like these are all, like this one here, like this one's funny. Here's our friend Isaiah, I think. This is probably not super appropriate, but whatever. Just being young and dumb. And I just edited this video. I mean, I was there for this video. Drink a beer underwater. See, this was actually, okay, so check this out. This video wasn't even built for, like, the Beardtism was kind of a funny joke to what we were actually trying to promote, and this is at a time when I was still printing t-shirts, and probably 12 years after I started printing t-shirts originally, because this was, I started printing t-shirts in 2001, and this was built in 2013, so, yeah, I was still printing shirts at this point in life. And so we're showing off the white on white print. This house was probably like 3 blocks from the beach. Like, this is really, when I come down to like, style of things that I want to do. No, it's good times. Yeah, sure, there's alcohol involved, but, I mean, we had fun. It was worth it. Not really. We ended up dissolving most of those companies. I mean, I ended up quitting doing a lot of those things because there was a lot going on. But, all right, so let's see. I need to get to, this is 31 through 62. Here's, what's this one? This one's probably pretty cool, too. There's just so much, and it's everywhere. Again, look though, there's not even anything here. This is called LGW Final CU Cut for California. Right? There's not even a thumbnail for these. They're just so, these are so old though.
I got this monkey on my back that's telling me to go attack and take out anything in my way.
This is actually a song that I don't think I think I'm okay to use. When I was going to college, this guy named DMO had some music, and he ended up letting me use some. I met him at school. I put it together with this video. This is me, my brother, my friend Mike Real, and Paul Nebels. I don't know if he's still painting. He's a phenomenal graffiti artist, though. I think he's over here painting this weird flower thing. And he just ripped it. I think so cool. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. Just put some shading into it, made it legit. His work was better than any of our work. But I did stencil work at the time, so I was just doing stencils over here. This whole apartment complex got abandoned. We were actually allowed to paint this. They gave us keys to this apartment. This is my neighbor's house. I lived there till they tore these things to the ground. As you can see, there's a film crew there from a news station, kind of talking about local artists doing things. Yeah, and then we just keep painting for a long time. I had so much paint I had to get rid of. Still had a lot of that paint left over. I have a ton of paint here I need to blast through. And I don't even paint outside anymore. I've retired from painting graffiti for a while. So there's just not a whole lot going on. You know. There's not a lot, but a lot. Octopi. We have like food drives that we've done. This one's cool to watch. I could sit here and watch old footage with you guys all day. Actually talk about it. Here's a punk rock food drive. I've been a part of the punk rock food drive. I used to support the punk rock food drive. Thomas Henry. It's my ex-girlfriend. We're just abandoned the long tail. Niche markets, everything's for sale. Reinventing the market. Hit-driven economics will only fail. Work. So count to 3. You won't believe everything that you are about to see. So plug your ears and close your eyes. Keep your head tucked securely between your thighs. We've seen this logic all along the way. When do we give up and just push play? Now we're in for a big ride. Don't speak, bottle it up inside. Don't question your maker. Like truth, cover it up with lies. So count to 3. You won't believe everything that you are about to see. So plug your ears and close your eyes. Keep your head tucked securely between your thighs. We've seen this fortune all along the way. It's how many meals we raised. When do we give up and just push play? Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna sign off anyways. But I'm just letting you know everything's gonna change. We're gonna move things around. We'll have a 2-week break, which I may be streaming live. But other than that, we're gonna change. Like, I've had a long enough day as well. I've been up since 6:30 this morning, and put in a lot of hours of work and coached football. And so I'm good to go to sleep. Plus, I'm still fighting a cold. So I'm going to start getting ready to conclude this episode, and we are going to say goodnight for now. Happy Wednesday. I hope everyone's having a good week. Like I said, the channel is going to change a little bit, but hopefully you stay on and keep following. If not, well, then we'll just see you somewhere else at some other time. But I honestly don't think there's a whole lot of people watching this stream, so this will be a good time for me to get into more experimental stuff. Work on the project with my mom, see if I can also push through some footage, because I'm going to use that narrative. I'm going to use the narrative from the channel as cover narrative for telling the story. Like, I could probably go into my Japan story and cut all that audio out of telling about me riding down a skateboard and it being illegal, and, you know, use that. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one. We'll see you guys next time, and have a good night.